All right, so you found your way here because 8 down is all over your FYP, and you're ready to go beyond the dictionary definition. Get ready to unpack not just what it means, but why it's become like such a Gen Z phenomenon.
It really is fascinating, like how much meaning can be packed into just two words, you know?
I know, right? So picture this, okay? You're like scrolling through TikTok and suddenly someone's makeup look, dance routine, or even like just a witty comeback is met with a flood of they ate down.
Yeah.
But what does that even look like? Like how do we know when someone has like actually like ate down?
Yeah, so at its core, 8 down implies like complete and utter domination. They didn't just do well, they completely owned it, you know what I mean?
It's giving me like devoured a delicious meal, leaving no crumbs behind vibes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's like a perfect analogy. It really captures that sense of totality and intensity. And it's not about like subtle success. It's about showcasing like a certain flair, a boldness that demands attention.
Thinking about that image of like completely devouring a meal, it makes me wonder where this connection between eating and like dominating even came from.
Hmm. So it's actually like a blend of expressions from various subcultures. So like think of it this way. Different groups had their own ways of signifying when someone absolutely crushed it. And TikTok, being like the melting pot of online culture that it is, merged these expressions into like 8 down.
Oh, okay. So we're seeing like these different threads of slang, different ways of expressing that idea of total domination, all like converging on TikTok. And that makes me wonder, is there something about TikTok, the platform itself, that encourages this kind of linguistic blending?
Interesting question. I mean, TikTok is inherently visual, right?
Hmm.
And performance-based. So it makes sense that a phrase emphasizing the visual spectacle of like, owning it would take root there.
That's fascinating because it goes beyond just the literal act of eating. It speaks to how Gen Z uses language to highlight the visual impact of a performance, a look, or even just a like well-timed clapback.
Exactly, yeah. 8 down doesn't just describe success. It describes a performance so captivating, so visually compelling that it's like you're witnessing someone consume the very stage they're on.
Wow. And that brings us to the importance of context, right? How does understanding where and how 8 down is used on TikTok change the way we interpret it?
Right, yeah. Context is like crucial. For example, 8 down takes on like a different nuance when used to praise a flawless dance routine versus like a sharp comeback.
Yeah.
In one case, it's about physical skill and stage presence. In the other, it's about wit and like verbal dexterity.
So you're saying like I can't just drop 8 down on every single TikTok.
Well, I mean, you could, but it might not always hit the mark. The key is understanding like the specific skill or talent being showcased and using 8 down to acknowledge that specific kind of domination.
Okay, I'm starting to see the subtle layers here. But beyond just saying someone did well, what else is 8 down conveying?
I think there's an element of like theatricality to it. It's not just a compliment. It's like an announcement. It's like saying, look at this incredible performance.
Right.
Witness the sheer talent.
So it's almost like hyping someone up, putting them on a pedestal for everyone to admire.
Precisely. Yeah. And that sense of celebration, of like communal recognition, is a big part of why 8 down resonates so strongly, especially with Gen Z.
Yeah, it's like 8 down isn't just about individual achievement, it's about celebrating it together, like as a community.
Exactly. Yeah. For Gen Z, language isn't just about communicating information. It's about building connections and shared identity,
Mhm.
especially online. So like using 8 down correctly, it signals that you're in the know,
Mm.
that you understand the nuances of this digital culture.
Right, right. It's like you're all speaking the same language. And in a like vast online world, that shared understanding, it can create a sense of belonging.
Yeah. It's really fascinating how a single phrase can foster that feeling of community. When
Hmm.
you see someone use 8 down in a way that like resonates with you, it's like this silent nod of agreement, like a recognition of shared values and taste.
So it goes beyond just understanding the definition, right? It's about like tapping into this whole cultural undercurrent. What stands out to you about how 8 down reflects Gen Z's values?
Hmm. I think it speaks to their desire for authenticity and like self-expression. 8 down celebrates those who aren't afraid to be bold, to like push boundaries and stand out from the crowd.
It's about recognizing and appreciating those who are truly killing it
Yeah.
in whatever form that takes,
Right.
right?
So whether it's through fashion, music, dance, or even humor, 8 down elevates those who are like putting their unique talents on display and owning it. And it encourages others to do the same. to embrace their individuality and strive for excellence.
It's inspiring, honestly. It's making me want to go out and eat down on something today.
Oh, I love that. And that brings us to an important point. Like, 8 Down isn't just a spectator sport. It's something you, the listener, can actively participate in.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued. How can we, like the eight down enthusiasts, bring this phrase into our own lives?
So, like, think about the moments in your day where you witness someone truly excelling. Maybe it's your friend rocking a bold outfit, or like a classmate nailing a presentation, or even a stranger on the street showcasing like incredible dance moves.
Yeah, those are perfect examples. And in those moments, we can use eight down to acknowledge their achievements and contribute to that culture of celebration.
Exactly. Imagine the impact of genuinely telling your friend, you ate down that outfit,
Uh,
or celebrating a classmate's success by saying they ate down that presentation.
yeah. It's about recognizing and amplifying excellence in all its forms.
And spreading that positive energy. It's about fostering a culture where we lift each other up and celebrate each other's accomplishments.
I'm starting to see how eight down is more than just slang. It's like a reflection of how language evolves to capture the essence of a generation's values and experiences.
It's a snapshot of digital culture in action. And as with any snapshot, it captures a specific moment in time. But it also hints at the broader trends shaping our world.
So what can eight down teach us about the future of language and like online culture?
I think it highlights the increasing importance of, like, visual communication and performance. In a world dominated by social media, where everyone has a platform to showcase their talents, the ability to eat down, to command attention and captivate an audience, it becomes increasingly valuable.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, how will eight down itself evolve as Gen Z continues to, shape the digital landscape?
Well, that's the beauty of slang, right? It's constantly evolving, like
Yeah.
adapting to new trends and situations. And what's so fascinating is that as 8 Down spreads beyond TikTok, its meaning might like shift and expand
Mhm.
and taking on new connotations in different contexts.
So while we've been focusing on its current usage, like on TikTok, it's not impossible to imagine it evolving to describe success in the offline world as well.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. You could say someone 8 down a presentation at work or like a debate or even a sports competition. The possibilities are like endless. And it all depends on how people continue to shape and mold the language.
It's like watching language evolve in real time, a living testament to the creativity and ingenuity of language users.
And that's what makes this so exciting. As we see like new platforms and technologies emerge, who knows what new slang terms will capture our imaginations and reflect the changing dynamics of our world.
So the takeaway for you, dear listener, is this. Eight down is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a glimpse into the dynamic world of language evolution, where words take on new meanings, connect communities, and, reflect the ever-changing cultural landscape.
Yeah, the next time you encounter a new slang term, don't just like dismiss it. Take a moment to consider its origins, its nuances, and how it reflects the values and experiences of those who use it. You might be surprised at what you discover.
And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to coin the next eight down that takes the internet by storm.
Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep eating down on knowledge.
And that's all for our deep dive into the delicious world of eight down. We hope you've enjoyed the journey and maybe learned a thing or two about the power of language to, shape our digital culture.
Yeah, stay curious.